Hi, and welcome to Drones Down Under podcast. Today, we're going to talk about DJI's Mini 4 Pro. We got Trent. Welcome, Trent, our special guest.
Hello, guys.
And Danny. How you doing, Danny?
All good, mate. How you doing?
Very good, thank you, sir.
Lovely.
So exciting to walk through all our features, lads. So we're going to break it all down to go through all the different features in the Mini 4 Pro and the different packs. We got the Expert and Trent from D1, so it's going to be exciting today. And then we're going to look at what some of the differences are from the 3 and 4. So we're going to put Trent under pressure. He's already going red there, the red lighting. Love it, Trent. Love it.
It's a mood lighter.
We have an internal. We haven't tested D1 about like the new product launches, and I've got 15 out of 17 questions right, so I should be good.
Good, very good.
Plus, I knew the mistakes. I knew what the mistakes were, so we're sweet.
That's it.
It's like an on-site.
No one's judging you, man. No one's judging you. We're all here as friends. Cool. So we're on the website. Let's go through and have a look at some of this.
3 horsepower in the new.
Might be good if I actually start from the top, isn't it?
It would be.
Okay, so let me get through. So here's the overview of features. I'll let you start, Danny. What do you think under 249 grams?
So straight off the bat, it's my favorite feature because it means that we can operate near airports. Outside of the controlled approach and departure path, sorry, though. Not
Cool.
Around every airport.
I think we all know that, but
You've
thanks
always
for the
got to let people know that
clarification.
you can fly there, but you can't fly everywhere.
Cool. And then we got 4K 60 frames per second, HDR true vertical shooting. So I know you love that feature because obviously that came out in the 3.
Yep, and now that it's all actually in HDR at 60 frames is even better.
Yep.
And the new kit on the block, Trent, do you want to tell us what omnidirectional obstacle avoidance is?
I'll do my modeling.
Yeah, it's just like, we know that one. So it's like all the fisheye sensors coming together. We had it on the Mavic 3 in the beginning. Now it's like just properly shrunk down. I think Active Track 360 on this page, that piques my interest. How we can actually like swoop in, change the angle and distance as it goes along.
That's cool.
Like, let me know. Was that on the Classics and Pros already?
No, it wasn't. It's brand new from what I've seen.
Brand new is what I thought.
I figured the Mini has the first of the features for once. It's pretty cool.
It's good.
I mean, what's insane is they're still, with all these sensors put on, the omnidirectional sensors and all these features, and you're still under the 249 grams. I think people...
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And the fact, like, what are they not taking out? You got to take stuff out to put stuff in, don't you?
Actually, when I was charging...
Adding an LED
That's true.
That's another feature, the LED on the bottom. That wasn't...
I was actually putting in the battery today, and I was like, is this like a demo version or actual battery? Was that light? So, okay, so we got the next one is 20 kilometers FHD video transmission. So this is 04, I believe.
Which we've tested.
So OcuSync 4 from the Air 3. So the Air 3 and the Mini 4 have the same controller. So the RC and the RCN2. So kind of a cutoff again, but new controller, more range.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome that the same controller, like you said, for the Air 3 and the Mini 4. So it's obviously a great controller and the range.
With 04, there seems that they've fixed all the issues that 03 had in the RC, well, the original RC remote. So I know there's a lot of range issues essentially with that one.
As obvious as it is, this, we know the 20K range, but make sure for CASA regs you maintain visual line of sight. So it doesn't just because the technology allows you to do it. Please don't. You don't want to be on the mainstream news for any of this type of stuff if something goes wrong. Yeah. Battery life.
Still ridiculous amount of battery life. Anything over half an hour is just still blows my mind.
Yeah.
It's still longer than you need for most missions.
And especially the Fly More kit, you got 3 batteries, so that's insane amount of flying time you can get out of it. Okay,
I like the way they did it. Like they kind of reverse the splitting out the drone from the Fly More kit this time. So at least if you get it all together, you do get proper 3 45-minute batteries now. So you're not like, but the other way to do it, when you could choose a Fly More kit and choose a drone, some people did want the 30-minute battery just for the regulation, then 45 minutes every other time. So
okay, as
I don't
in
know.
the plus kit.
Yeah, it's a give or take. They've packaged everything together this time instead of splitting it.
Yeah. Cool. So go big with Mini. What do we got here? It's pretty much just the things we just talked about. So I think I'll Omni sensors.
Back again. Hello, we're back. There we go. Sorry, Rage and Storm outside. We just lost internet.
That's why you were so quiet.
Yeah, I'm just kind
Wasn't
of
like
casually.
you.
Me
Apologies.
quiet. That's a cute drone. This one we're talking about tonight.
Anything on the vertical that you want to add, Danny? Because I know you love your verticals on your Instagram. You got this massive mole media following.
You know, I'm all for the social media, and this just means I don't have to crop anything. It's just a nice large image using the whole sensor.
And now you can
Hence,
Bluetooth to your phone, right?
Yes, actually, I think that came in late on the Mini 3 Pro.
Okay,
So,
I didn't realize it was in the 3.
I think it was quick share from memory in the Fly app. Trent might be able to back me up on that one.
Yeah, it's quick share, quick transfer.
That's the one. See, I knew you know. Just testing you. I totally knew that.
Hey, he got 15 out of 17. He's no smuck.
That's still better than I got on my school certificate.
Okay, I think we can skip the 249. We all love it. It's great. Okay, sensor time.
Favorite little thing. Trent, what can you tell us about this? Because is it the same sensor as the Mini? What's the go?
Mini
It's
3.
it's the 1/13 from the 24mm on the Air 3. So that's coming across. I'm just double checking now what the dual ISO range is.
So it is dual
that
noise.
is important.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely an upgrade over the Mini 3 Pro then.
It's the
Yes.
same size sensor on the 3, Danny, or
Same size sensor, but that's the dual backlit sensor from memory.
right?
Which the first time I used the Air 3, it just blew my mind how much quality was in low lights.
Right.
Trent's
Like
got the
the
open book.
ISO range is massive, like 100 to 6400 normal. Night mode 100 to 12,800.
Wow.
I'm just looking for dual though. I can't see it on the specs page.
That's all right. Keep going. We'll come up.
HDR video, yes.
HLG.
And D-Log M. It's ridiculous. Like such a small drone. Like this was not long ago, this was just for the Mavic 3 Cine. And now it's across the Mini range. Like it blows my mind that that's available in an entry-level drone.
I mean, it's amazing. You could have spent $7,000 18 months ago, or you could spend much less.
Still need that for ProRes.
True.
Or you can upsell, or Trent can upsell a Inspire 3 kit.
Well,
That's
you're
it.
either in the ProRes workflow or you're not. So it's
Very true. Look,
one or the other. This is a great drone for everything but ProRes.
Yeah. I mean, that 100 frames a second slow-mo, that's insane as well, right? So
that's so juicy.
yeah.
I was playing around with the 4K 100 on the Air 3, and man, you can't compare to it. It's brilliant.
Yeah. I mean, they opened the video with the 100 frames a second, right? That's what I think is such a good feature. Can't wait to try it out. You already covered off D-Log M. Keep going. Some super cool shots there. I can see Danny just doing that by the beach tomorrow morning. Yeah,
That's me right there. Can't you tell with the bald head? You see the guy in the orange board had a Red Bull hat as well. It was definitely me.
Did he?
And I am
Now,
the most extreme person out there.
we said we won't
Extreme
use the
sport.
word red, that word red, until we get sponsorship, man. We don't want to keep promoting these things.
Wait till the sponsorships come through.
That's
Fueled
it.
by DJI for now. This I'm excited for. Like that night video. I love my sunrises and sunsets, but to be able to actually shoot a night video with minimal noise, it's ridiculous.
I don't think we're allowed to fly at night though, so we're just gonna have to fly inside.
Yeah.
Well, we can. So what did you say, 12,000 ISO nighttime, Trent? Is that right?
Yeah. Definitely on photos.
That's nuts. Like my old little Sony A6000, you put that to 12,800 ISO and you can't use that footage.
Too noisy.
Oh yeah, gone. Grainier than the beach.
Have you done much on night stuff on the Mini 3?
I did a lot. I shot most of the drone swarms we did were shot using the Mini 3 because of that dual ISO.
Photos or videos or both?
Both.
Right.
Might even be able to send some through and chuck them up on the screen.
Very good.
Makes more editing for Sean.
Not Sean anymore, it's Justin.
Sorry, Justin. Noise reduction will be your best mate. 10-bit on the Mini.
That's mad.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Pretty cool. Wait for all the LUT specials to come out.
Man, they're already out there. Every Instagram has got them, except for me, actually. Watch his space.
Watch this space. More media, get out there, guys.
It got well out there.
Cool. Anything here we want to cover off?
HLG, same as D-Log, essentially.
Keep going. Raw photos.
Who come up with that?
JPEG raw.
Nothing new there. 48 megapixel raw.
Large angle tilt. There you go. This is 60 degrees up. Perfect for those bridge inspections.
Hopefully it stays connected when it's underneath the bridge.
I'd rather put a Mini under a bridge in a tight space than an M300.
Very true. Very true.
Someone's like, put the M300 to it.
Looks like they did better with the zoom as well. Like 4 times in that when it was like 3 before, right?
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
Capture photos up to 2 times zoom and videos 4 times. Yeah, that was very good quality.
Yeah, just given the better sensor. Little bump on the zoom.
Nice. Alrighty. Let's keep scrolling. Yeah, 3 horsepower in the Mini. This is exciting. Like to have APAS in the Mini range. Mind you, I haven't actually flown APAS until we got the Mavic 3 Enterprise, and it blew my mind how fun it is to fly. Like it's actually fun. It's like relearning how the drone's going to behave again.
Yeah, I was playing it around before, just like zooming past people. It did it so well. Like I'm not used to trying to crash into people, but it's a pretty safe one.
Look, I can't say I'd probably try, but yeah, there's the next drone fails video we'll come up with for the next episode.
We'll just use Trent's drone. Try it, APAS.
Like, are you getting like when you were like learning how APAS works? Were you like feeling like it's going to go diagonal around someone, then continue going forward? Were you trying to get used to that?
Yeah, like it almost kind of like cuts a line around the person back to where it was. Like
it starts like a new position once it like avoids someone. So I was getting used to that this morning. It's cool.
Yeah, and like even when we're doing mapping missions and say photogrammetry on buildings, just it will avoid, you can back closer to things and not have to worry about it running into stuff. Just that extra reassurance you're not going to hit something. Because we all like pushing the limits of the technology. Just watch out for power lines and trees.
Well, yeah, it's not likely going to pick up power lines, I assume. Not many things.
You're saying we can't put a CSM radar on this? Okay.
We could try, but
I haven't checked the weight of the CSM, but I
The
presume it's more than
CSM radar would be
249.
like twice as heavy.
Yeah, right.
twice as heavy, and how many more times the cost?
It's about the same.
So duct tape should fix it. So
yeah. Duct tape fixes everything. If it's not meant to move, duct tape. If it's meant to move, WD-40.
Cool. Battery time. Sorry. So we got 34 minutes. Sort of standard. Sorry, Dan.
From what I hear, the batteries are backwards compatible from the Mini 3 as well.
Yep, same batteries there.
That's awesome.
What's that?
Very good.
34, 45.
Still more than you'll ever really need. Good thing to point out as well about the 04 with the 20K range. We don't have to fly 20Ks. It just means if you're flying around a suburban area, you're going to get a really rock solid signal.
Yeah. Like that's like the caveat. Like you're going to have an obstacle, a tree, anything in the way is going to degrade the signal. It's going to help a lot.
Definitely.
And I'm sure we'll have YouTubers actually sending it as far as they can just to show that the connectivity stays. But that won't be happening with us. So
pretty sure there's a YouTuber, I'm not going to name any names, is in the States and sending it across the salt flats. I can't remember the number he got in the Air 3 with the Air 3 with 04. It's ridiculous. I can't run that far. Actually, I definitely can't run that far. That's really bad. That's a really bad comparison.
We'll keep going.
This is cool. This is the high level tech that's come from the bigger drones now. Trent, you want to explain?
Mavic 3 update last week? Yeah. Everything the Mavic 3 just got last week, this comes on the first update. Like the waypoint flight, that's mind-blowing. Like, yeah, the Inspire 3 can do it. Mavic 3, yeah. This is amazing.
How the Mini
Cruise control I haven't used too much, but I got the gist of it. Like I've been a bit of a just like C1, go forward. That's awesome.
So is it more like a slow flight forward? Is that what its cruise control is?
Yeah, so you set the velocity you're going and just like press cruise control. That's it.
Got it.
That's cool.
Like I think it's set to C1 on the controllers.
Okay.
Is it like a
home mode? What?
Is the cruise like a headless mode where you can turn the drone around on the same path, or does it have to just go forward?
Just forward on that one. I think we can cruise control like any direction. If you're setting it on the horizontal plane, we can go a direction, we can tilt a direction and just set it there. So it'll continue like a bit of a spiral if you need it.
That's cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
And the Mavic 3's returned to home update last week. So like the AR returned to home.
Nice. So you can actually see if you're going to crash into anything.
Yeah, it gives you a heads up.
That's cool.
So return to home's in the first update, and before that, it still has the intelligent return to home where it'll avoid obstacles, or you can disable that and go to set altitude like we used to.
That's mad. You guys, just doubling back to the Mini 1 and Mini 2, they were very basic, and that was only 3 years ago. Now look what we've got. We've got like Inspire and
you set Mini 2. I've got it.
There you go. The OG with Raw.
I've still got like 3 Mini 1s sitting with us. So.
All right. It's crazy how far we've come since those drones.
Well, there's a point the original Mini you couldn't even trust that thing. What it's going to do.
Signal. That was horrible. Like, okay, for its time, it was good.
Yeah.
Like my Wi-Fi can't even get 2 bedrooms across, let alone 100 meters.
I got pretty far on my first Mini. So the Mini was my first drone. I sent it over a river, over a forest, on a windy day with low battery. Goodbye, it's gone, done. Care refresh, Mini 2. It got pretty far though. More than a couple of houses.
That's brilliant. I wish we had those videos.
Don't do that at home, kids.
Don't
Yeah,
do it
no, that
outside.
was just the wind. It was the wind that
The
was
wind
bad.
took it away. Bad wind.
Pro tip: put your name and address and phone number on the SD card on a TXT file. Good stuff.
That's a really good
That's
idea.
an awesome good thing to
That is
say.
hands down our pro tip.
Mate, this is why you're a special guest. Danny's been here like 3 years. We haven't bloody had tip like that.
I'm
I'm
lucky
a
you get like
specialist.
specialist guest. There you
Like
go.
it.
Well done. Oh, we all learned something new today. I'm guaranteed I'm going to do that later.
Hmm.
I'd rather not lose an M300 though.
Well, let's put Trent's name on all the SD cards. Do all
I
the
mean,
dumb stuff.
We're gonna send them all back to him anyway.
Just D1 repents.
Anything on this one you want to talk about? Active Track
It
360.
doesn't say it here, but we skimmed past it a bit earlier. Like it says there's a new trace mode. So like
Yep.
I'm sure it's the same as what the Mavic Pro is doing. Like it'll do a proper follow and avoid and all that stuff. Like that's cool to see on this.
Yeah, I will obviously do some field stuff right together, so it'll be cool. I'll share some of that.
Full power.
Got
The
master
usual,
shots. Yeah.
I still remember the days when doing a droney was the big thing. What do you mean it does it automated? Or even making a hyperlapse manually. Gone are those days.
Yeah, hyperlapse is big on this.
There's a quick transfer.
There we go. Great when you want to shoot that sunrise and get the shots up before the coffee hits.
For all those Insta mega men like you, Danny.
I wish.
Yeah, light cut's very good. I love the presets, except for like the text that they superimpose on stuff. Like,
so can you talk
it's
a little
really
bit
good
about this? Because I've never actually used it. So
yeah.
It's a really, really good editing program. It's kind of like the Instagram, like drop, cut, drag, add sound effects. It's really good with all the presets. I just don't love the music for the presets.
Okay.
Is that like just royalty-free music that's chucked in kind of thing?
Yeah, royalty-free and like some random text applied. But like the actual editing is fantastic. Like the auto editing, great.
So it's got some sort of AI feature in built already.
Yeah, they're saying they've added like AI audio with this one, so they're like guessing sounds and adding sound effects now.
Right.
Like the templates are great though.
All right, there you go. Watch this space for a few more videos popping up on all of our social media feeds that we didn't have to actually edit. No more need to use TikTok for my edits.
Anything to shortcut the work effort.
Right.
That's
work
cool.
Smart, not hard.
And is this included? Like, how is this actually?
It's another. I think it's another app by itself, but I've always like found it on the Fly app home screen. Like, go to album, edit video. I've always found it inside the app.
Okay. Cool.
I'll have a look.
There's another tip. Jeez, mate. SD card naming, now light card pro tips. I think you're going to have to come back, Trent.
I think I'm out of work now.
We'll have to talk about mapping next time.
Now we're talking. Woo!
Oh, yeah, Danny can show off some of his models with his Mini.
It does the job.
Mini. Yeah, I'm proud of it, man. What are you talking about?
We are very proud of it. Are you guys members of SkyPixel? You got to join up.
No.
I need to be. I'll never get the drones early without it.
Exactly. Mate, there's a lot of good artists on there.
Danny's a SkyPixel junkie, so he's always on about SkyPixel.
Oh, really? I tried. I failed.
Right. I think we're pretty much. Oh, this might be a good one.
The accessories.
Accessories. This is where it all gets in. So what have we got at the moment, Trent? Well, same sort of.
Charging hub batteries, RC2, all the same. We're used to that. But the filters, a slight filter difference because it's a different sensor on the camera. So they changed that up. And the propeller guard is specific for the Mini 4, just because like I don't know if you noticed, but like they added these legs like the Mini 2 used to have. It's kind of more stable when it lands. The propeller guards are a bit different in this case.
Right.
Not bad.
And wide angle lens. Oh, there's a wide angle lens too. That's pretty cool.
I picked up the wide angle lens for the Mini 3 and it is awesome.
Yeah.
Like Mini 4, hands down, got to grab it, especially for those big landscape shots.
I can just do a panorama, right?
I could take one shot and then it's done.
Yeah, the wide angle's great, but like I always just want to redo it in Lightroom just in case.
Yeah. Or light cut, a new buddy.
No, more for I'm more photography.
Fair enough.
Just saying.
I want to go. Okay,
Spin around the drone.
It's the $1 million question. Which drone is suitable for you? Guys, which drone would you take out of the 4? Anyone? That was very quiet.
3 Pro.
What do you say, Trent?
Video.
Oh, we've gone. Trent's gone robotic.
He's gone. Oh, mate, we're all suffering from internet issues tonight. Welcome to Australia, but the NBN is really slow. Nope.
Trust NBN to ruin all our happiness.
No, right?
Well, Trent's coming back. So, what are you picking, Danny?
I'm going to say the Air 3 for now, just because I haven't flown. Trent's gone. I'm going to say the Air 3 just purely because it's got the 24mm and the 70mm equivalent. And having those two lenses is just really fun.
And it's a lot dearer than the other ones.
It's not. Oh, yeah, it kind of is. Interesting point that the Mini 3 and the Mini 4 are the same price or starting price.
Yeah.
Oh, he's back. The NBN is back.
So it's not your fault. It's the NBN, mate. It's all good. All right, so Danny reckons Air 3. He's picked the most expensive one, as always.
Yep.
Which one are you going for, Trent?
Mini 4.
Mini 4.
Nice.
It's the Air 3 for better. Don't worry.
He hasn't. I mean, none of us have really played with the Mini 4 yet enough, but I'm sure it'll probably become the favorite.
You guys have both got one. I don't. So I want to see those numbers bumped up.
I've only done an unboxing, mate. Unboxing, that's it. That's as far as it's got.
This is where we say, if you want to find that unboxing video, it's right up here, guys. Sean's going to link it.
That's it. Thank you for reminding me. And again, it's Justin. Stop calling me Sean.
Justin's going to link it up there.
Cool. Awesome. So pricing, what kits have we got, Trent, for the Mini 4?
At the moment, Mini 4 Pro, Fly More Kit Standard, Fly More Kit Plus. So 2 options off the bat.
Yep.
The non-Fly More kits are coming very soon, within like the next week or 2. And then on website, you got all the launch features if you want about landing pads, protector, landing bracket, all that stuff included.
Awesome.
And what's the price?
Ooh, $11.19 for the unit itself.
Yep.
You've caught me. I don't know the prices on the consumer range.
Okay. Then you can.
If you don't know off the top of your head, I'm just going to say, followers, everyone go to the website and find it. There's a lot of details there and a lot of accessories to buy.
So go to d1store.com.au. I'm sure it's on the home page. So you've got the Fly More kit and the Fly More Plus kit in stock at the moment. Oh, we've lost him again.
2 for 2 this time. Wow.
What's going on, this man?
This one's on your record live episodes. We'll get there.
we'll
So
wait
this is
for
what
it.
we do to him. Now give him a list of stuff to print. It's easier. There we
Yeah,
go. He's back. Welcome back.
Okay, I'm back onto my phone's hotspot, fixed up, no NBN. The prices $16.99, $17.99 if you're getting the Fly More Combo Standard or Fly More Combo Plus. So same as the Mini 4, $100 jump to get the plus batteries. Combos on the website, $18.99, $19.99 for like the bundles with everything. So I got
beautiful.
it. I googled it.
Thank you.
Store.com.au.
Awesome.
So go to d1store.com.au, or you can email sales@d1store.com.au as well. And I'm sure one of the team will help out. Anything else, lads, you want to talk about or compare to the 3, Danny? Because you're the one that's been getting many thousands of followers with your Mini 3 vertical photos.
I wish. Hey, when I get my greasy little hands on one, then I'll make a decision.
Fair enough. Cool. So that's a good sort of just us walking through the features of the Mini 4 Pro. And I'm sure we're going to do a few more videos out in the field on how to get started. I'm pretty sure D1 run in-store sessions as well, Trent, I think, to get people started with drones. So
yeah, every Thursday at all of our stores. Like I'd say follow us on Instagram to know what we're going to run. But we do something on like every drone. So this week we should be doing the Mini 4, and we do all the handheld and all the Mavic range and big explainer and a presentation by the store staff there.
yeah, and that's all free, right?
Yes, 100%. Just drop down.
Great. I mean,
there you go. We've all got plans for Thursday night now. How good is that?
Yeah, that's very good. Yep, there you go. So go and follow D1 on Instagram. You can at least see what sessions are coming up. And if you go to their website, you can see what different bundles are there as well. Thank you, gentlemen. Great episode, and we look forward to the next one.
Very much.
Keep flying.
Chat, guys. Peace out.
Have a good day, guys.